Welcome to Homegrown in the Heart. This is that place where we come together and we meet people in the heart of Washington, the Yakima Valley, and we talk about the good, the bad, the never ugly. But in this case today, we're gonna talk with owners of HopTown Pizza, which is some of the very best pizza in the state of Washington. I would say in the country, but that's my opinion. We're gonna talk with Lori Roy and Carrie Wright, the owners of HopTown Pizza, and they're going to tell us a little bit about their journey here to the Yakima Valley and about this business and all things good about pizza. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks, Bill.
All right.
Thanks for having us. We're happy to be here.
All right. Let's start this way. I'll pick on Carrie first.
Okay.
You are not born and raised in the heart of Washington.
No, but in the heart of the country.
All right. Tell us a little bit about where you grew up and a little bit about your journey to the Yakima Valley.
Sure. I grew up in Oklahoma, southern Oklahoma.
Okay.
A lot of people don't think that Oklahoma is the South, but we call it the South there.
All right.
So I grew up on a farm or ranch. We had cattle, wheat. I was a barrel racer.
Oh, right on.
Rodeo family.
Okay.
And then I ended up after college moving to Denver. Stayed there. I call that my growing up years.
Okay. You started your adulting in Denver.
Yes, my
adulting in Denver. That actually
Yes.
sounds like a movie.
I think I want to write a book.
All right. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I was there about 10, 12 years. And then I ended up actually traveling on the road going to art shows.
Okay.
So I ended up in Bullhead City, Arizona, one of the hottest places in the country.
Love Arizona. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
And then after that, I ended up in Portland
Okay.
for 10 years.
Okay.
And then a stint back to Colorado. And then back to Portland.
A rolling stone gathers no moss.
Yes.
Carrie. All right. All right.
And then for the last 13, 14 years, I've been in Yakima.
Okay.
Which is much better weather than Portland.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
let's just get that on the record.
Yeah, we'll just say it.
There's a whole lot of, I would say, better things about Yakima than a lot of other places. So yeah, right on. All right. Well, let's switch gears. Lori, tell us your journey to Yakima was shorter.
Shorter.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about where you grew up and how you got into this. We'll move from where you grew up and how you got into this thing called HopTown Pizza.
I grew up in the outskirts of Yakima in Moxie, and I'm homegrown. I left to go to Washington State University, but found myself coming home again and started teaching and coaching in the Yakima Valley, which gave me some wonderful, awesome years with our community and probably build our little community group that when we opened HopTown, our friends, our family, and lots of relatives came to support Carrie and I. In 2014, Carrie and I, we actually met in 2011.
Okay.
And she decided to move to Moxie. That's when our journey began. We didn't start on the thought of HopTown, but we had quite a few other crazy ideas that we were going to go in business together, and some fun ideas, and we can share those later if you want.
Sure.
But 2014, Carrie and I decided to launch our little mobile pizza cart that we found on Craigslist. Our first event was the Fresh Hop in 2014 of October, and everyone kept telling us, bring lots of pizza. Well, we had 3 days to prepare and prep, and being that I was teaching and Carrie still had her job, we pulled it off with family and friends.
Okay.
We went with 300 pizzas that night, and only 4 of us, my 2 nieces and Carrie and I, and we didn't know what hit us.
Wow.
And from then on, phone calls started coming in, and we realized this might be our journey.
You're like HopTown success, okay? Yeah, right on.
We were very blessed with that first event.
So let me back up a little bit. before you got into HopTown, you were a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
How many years teaching?
22 years.
Okay.
And
All right.
coached quite a few.
All right. So, teaching and coaching. Who's the shout out? Give us a shout out to your school district.
East Valley.
East Valley, the Red Devils.
Red
All right.
Devils out in Moxie.
All right. As a
Yeah.
former Ram, I know the Red Devils.
Yeah.
Tough competitors, tough customers. So, thanks for all your service in that. That's a calling for sure. Well, let's talk a little bit about. You've already mentioned it. I want to kind of jump over to Carrie here a little bit. This genesis of this thing called HopTown. You find yourself here in this place called Moxie, and then here you are with your good friend Lori, and you're going to this Fresh Hop Festival, and we're thinking we got 300 pizzas. Hopefully this is going to work. Tell us a little bit about that experience. That's what seems to be sort of the genesis of when things started.
Yeah, it definitely is. We went into that and just tried to pull it off. Lori has a way of just saying, "Oh, it'll work out." I'm the worrywart.
Okay, good combination.
Yeah, but she's like, it'll happen. So we put it together. It took us a lot of effort, but we put it together and we pulled it off. There's just a big need in Yakima for food trucks at the time. I mean, I think there still is.
Yeah.
So it was just pretty easy to do in that way. It just, once you got started, we started and there we went.
Where's this idea for the wood fire pizza and the creations that you come up with? Because this isn't like going down the street to the pizza Brand X pizza mm-hmm. chain. This is gourmet, like
right.
Unique, special kind of pizza, right?
Well, we started when I moved from Portland to Yakima. Lori and I decided we wanted to do some business together. Just thought it would be fun.
Okay.
We actually saw Bellbreaker had come into being about that time, and we thought, okay, that's interesting. But if we were to ever do something like a cidery or a brewery, which was a consideration, mm-hmm. we thought you have to have food because we really wanted the full experience for the community. Mm-hmm. And so we thought, what would you do? So I had a friend in Portland, Luca is the name of their restaurant.
Okay.
And it's a great restaurant, and they had wood-fired pizza. That's the first time I had come across it.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, how bad can we do? Let's give it a shot.
And who comes up with the names of these pizzas, these creations? You guys do it together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to stay true to our brand, which is a little bit farmish, a little bit rural.
Okay.
Anything that reflects back on our family. So a lot of things are named after her family or my family or something that has to do with the farming community or even rural or southern roots.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Very good. One of the things I'm going to read, and I'm going to read this because this comes from your website. So,
okay. Then it's true.
It's got to be true. We know it's true. It says, common roots make a strong team and a tasty pizza pie, homegrown right here in the hop fields of the valley. I love that. Okay. We want to celebrate that hometown culture with our fresh ingredients and community flavor. We give a respectful nod to the hardworking folks of this lovely little valley. I must say that again. This lovely little valley. That is, I don't know who wrote that.
I think I did.
Okay, I'm going to say that's poetry, and that's sweetness because I love this valley and we love this place. And I want to have you both, if you would, and we'll start with Lori on this, and then we'll switch. Describe a little bit about what your take is on our Yakima's hometown culture.
Well, as most people know, we are the hop capital of the world.
Thank you for saying that.
Yes, and 80% of the hops are grown right here in the valley. So Carrie and I are quite proud of that little piece of our valley. We grow multiple varieties of fruit and vegetables in the valley. So when we started HopTown, we thought we're going to bring all this goodness right to our restaurant and our mobile cart. So when we started creating our pies, we would get family and friends together, make our creations, and do whatever we could to tie in the goodness of this valley into each pie. And we've had a lot of fun with that.
Right on. Yeah. That's wonderful. And do you echo the same sentiment there, Carrie?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Because when we started it, we really, I mean, I was from a city, and I really wanted to build a brand with Lori that was about the farm community, something a little more friendly and something really, one-on-one. So when we put our pizzas together, it was like, let's do something that highlights a particular fruit or a particular vegetable that's straight from the valley. And so we would pick peaches, for instance. We got some peaches from Valakoff. And as soon as we picked peaches, we're like, well, what else what tastes good on a pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we would just scour the internet or our friends' minds or wherever we could come up with ideas. And that's how we created most of our pizzas.
Okay. And you've got some, I was out there the other day, which I say out there. You guys landed in this little place called Donald, right? And which, as I was out there and I'm thinking, boy, I would have thought, okay, that's got to be a little scary to say, we're gonna come up with this incredible pizza, this wood-fired pizza. We're gonna put a restaurant, and where do we want to put it? I don't think I would have thought Donald, okay? But you did. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, our first home base was at Hop Nation Brewery.
Okay.
And we worked with Ben Grossman there for 2 years and worked out of a little kitchen, very small, and our mobile cart. And after the 2 years, we had already walked away from our own personal jobs after 1 year.
Okay.
And so Carrie and I thought, what's next? We might as well start looking for a brick and mortar. So we searched high and low in the valley, and not just Yakima. We went Sela, Moxie, West Valley, Lower Valley, and my brother kept saying, you ought to go look at that Mercantile, Donald Mercantile, or Piety Flat Winery. And so we thought, well, it had been sitting there for 3 years, and our realtor took us out. We walked through cobwebs, and Carrie and I looked at each other, and she teases me a little bit because I said all the wrong things to the realtor.
Okay.
Yeah, and right, Carrie?
Yes, you did. It worked, though.
It worked, and said whatever it takes, we're going to get this building. And
Okay.
he even said, Lori, why did you say the things that you did? You don't
Yeah.
say those things. Let Carrie talk from
Yeah.
now on.
Yeah.
So we pretty much bought that place right on the spot, and had a lot of fun creating and that gathering space out there in Donald. And we thought, well, we looked up the population of Donald, and it said 0. We thought, well, we can help the population here, and we're going to.
did.
And people doubted us going that far out.
Yeah.
And we the mileage was 9 miles from Yakima Ave,
Right.
so we didn't even question it. We thought, people know our product, people know me and Carrie, and we're going to give it a shot. And so far, it's been thriving, and
Great
it's
instincts.
been fun.
Great instinct.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great instinct, because I would have thought, this is out here a little ways. And it's not like, I mean, you've created the restaurant district of Donald, okay? But
Yes.
there wasn't a restaurant district in Donald, but you've done that, and it's fantastic, and it actually makes for an incredible, fun drive to come out and see you. That's the other thing that I would have never been able to put that together. So I say congrats on the actual location and putting some vibrance into that little strip, in that little place, that little spot on the road called Donald. So
Yeah, thank you.
Anything you want to add on that, Carrie, to that?
It is an interesting spot for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it just blended right into the brand we were trying to create, with the local hometown atmosphere.
Yeah.
When we went out to look at the property for the first time, we were floored, but we were there maybe an hour, and I bet there were 50 cars in and out of the parking lot. And they're meeting to exchange tires, exchange babies, exchange
Okay.
stop and drop a car and go to lunch. I mean, there were just so many people in and out, and we were like, wow, this is kind of a hubbub here. Let's
Good observation.
take advantage of it.
Yeah. All right. There were some positive signs that you actually saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
It changed our mind because we were just really kind of just looking at it thinking, we probably won't take it, but we'll look.
Yeah. Yeah. The realtor, though, was listening to what Lori was saying and said, I'm going to sell this to them today. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
She said, I don't care what it takes, I'm going to buy this. What kind of deal are you going to make? He says, not.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, fantastic. Next question here, and I'll read this because I think this is actually really cool. You were once named Washington's best pizza. Okay, did not know that. I experienced it, and I thought, this is incredible pizza, right? This is really good food, really unique. I did not know you were actually, there was a vote. You were named Washington's best pizza. Tell us a little bit about what it takes to achieve that kind of distinction, because it doesn't just happen by accident.
Yeah, that's true. I think we were just lucky in a lot of ways. When we bought our food cart, we did receive a recipe for crust from a chef in Seattle who we were buying the cart from. She started it off giving us that recipe, and she said she'd been working on it for 10 years. We switched it up tiny bit, and we felt we really, really enjoyed that crust, so we went with it. And once we got the crust right, everything else fell into place. It was easy to create something when you had a good base. And then after that, it's all about, consistency and trying to make every pizza the same every time. And we have a lot of what do you want to call it? We build crust by hand. Okay. Every single one is hand tossed. We make our own dough. We dough ball each one by hand. We make our own stretches. We have fresh ingredients from the valley, and when you put all that together, it just does the work for us.
Right on.
I also agree with Carrie that the crust was a huge part of our story, and she and I actually traveled to Italy a couple different times before we started the restaurant and did a lot of research. And we found the crust that we really wanted for HopTown. And but as far as being voted number one, we owe that to the Yakima Visitor Center. Okay. They have sent numerous travel writers our direction. So as you might read things on our website, the Yakima Visitor Center and that staff there has just been over the top amazing and have brought so many people to us. So we owe them a big shout out and thank you, because without them, we probably wouldn't have met these travel writers who have written us up.
Well, I'm just going to say it's really encouraging to listen to a little bit about your story here, and there's a HopTown. There's a book that's going to have to come out pretty quick. It's called HopTown Words of Wisdom, all right? Mm-hmm. And rule number one has to be build a good foundation, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And the rest, you said easy, but I know it's not easy, but maybe easier, right?
Yeah, maybe
so
easier.
There's words of wisdom, HopTown Words of Wisdom, rule number one, build that good foundation and the rest is easy. So that's really profound. So thank you for sharing that, both of you.
Yeah, I think that worked. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. How do you see HopTown's place in the broader Valley community? That is, what do you think your role is in, if you think there is a role, I think there is a role, in making this community an even better place to live?
Well, the community that has supported us through these 10 years, a lot of people have been fascinated with the story, with our product. We sprinkle hops on top of every pizza, and those hops, I think, are a huge part of our story. And we have met many, many people from this valley that when relatives or friends come in from the outside, the Pacific Northwest, or across the country, they're bringing them into us. And so we feel that HopTown has made an impact, not only with us and our HopTowner crew, but the community, because every day we're meeting someone new that our loyal customers are bringing in. And it's hard to catch Carrie and I there these days. Our catering, our business is quite busy as well, but we are blessed that this community keeps bringing new people in.
Yeah.
And we owe them a big thank you.
Your reach is growing. It's growing. I mean, far beyond Donald, and even with as visitors come in from across the country, and they get some of your good pizza, but also some very friendly, good atmosphere and community, sense of community. That's really special. So.
Yeah, one time we had a customer come in and she says, I'm coming from Boise, and she was traveling to London, I think. Okay. And she goes, on the way to London, I found HopTown.
Right on.
She's literally just driving by and finds us, and now they come by every year.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and so there's a lot, thousands of stories just like that. Yeah.
Wow.
I think one thing I'd like to add, the month of September during Hop Harvest, our little mobile cart is out at most of the hop farms, and we are meeting people from all over the world. And now they're coming to our brick and mortar when they're in town. Okay. So that the hop community, the hop industry, has been very, very supportive. And Carrie and I and our staff we've been meeting people from here and there and everywhere, and that's been a lot of fun.
And we're in that season now, right? I mean,
yes.
This is hop harvest.
Correct.
Right. So
yes.
So you're glowing as you come in here today. You're glowing and very joyful, right? So I know this is like a thriving season for you. It has to be, because I'm sure you're working like crazy, but you also seem to be just radiating joy. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I want to make sure we talk a little bit about the fact that you guys, in addition to the brick and mortar, you guys actually go out to events. I mean, like cater special things.
This week alone, Bill.
Okay.
Seven catering events.
Okay.
That's why I
can never get you to come to one of my events, because you're always busy. So. Next time I call, I'm going to hey, it's Bill. Remember the podcast guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember me?
Yeah. Please, can I get on the list? Yeah. Tougher question, right? We all love this community, but we also are, I think, folks who we look at our community, we care about our community, and there are some things sometimes we'd want to change if we could wave a magic wand, right? So I'm going to start with Lori, then I'm going to switch to Carrie, and you guys. That'll actually gives Carrie more time, so she has more time to think about this. But
good thinking.
If there's something you would change about our community, and it may not be a negative thing, maybe a positive thing, what is it?
That is a tough question.
Yeah, it is. I know.
I suppose the image and the reputation of Yakima. And 10 years ago, we met these girls here in the valley, and they had rooted in the valley, and they were out to change the reputation and the image of Yakima. Oh. And we worked with them side by side. I'd name all of them, but we'll just say Rooted in the Valley. Look them up. Yeah. And those girls really wanted to tackle what was going on in Yakima. And we feel that those girls really have helped this valley. And Carrie and I were just able to throw our pizza into the mix, and along with everyone else that we've met that have been so positive along the way. The new breweries that keep popping up, they should still be popping up because of the hop industry here. But I think we're on the right road, and we might veer off, on the outskirts here and there, low direction, but we all come back to that main road and idea that we're out to change not only Yakima but the valley. Right on.
I couldn't agree with you more. The image of our valley, and it is changing.
It is.
And I think in part because of some of the amazing things people like you two are doing. Gary, what would you change?
Well, I probably will resort to humor or something.
I was going to say, don't say less lawyers. Okay? just what?
No, I think what I like to see change is, I mean, I wholeheartedly agree with Lori on the image and the branding, and I know there's a lot of people in Yakima
Yeah.
that are working on that.
Yeah.
And someday, if maybe that is something I can help, and Lori I can help with. But right now, I think I want more diners.
All right. Right on.
We have enough in the sometimes, but
Okay.
we have a lot of diners. But I really, really like to see the valley really be known for the good restaurants that are here. And
Right
I know
on.
there are several that are very, very good. And I think we're on a good track to get there. And you
Yeah.
couple that with the wineries and the breweries, and it makes a really good destination. And
Yeah.
I think that is kind of on the same approach.
And you two are doing a great job of actually pushing that direction. So I want to say thank you. Thank you to HopTown
you.
Pizza and all that you two are doing to actually address that image issue and create more fun, festive places for people to come together in community. I mean, that is, you're a part of that in the Valley. So we really thank you for that.
Yeah.
What is something that you hope never changes? Stays the same. Carrie.
Okay, well, one thing I think that I'd like to always see is the community feel that happens all around us. We have so many people in Donald and in the Lower Valley that come out and support us, and it feels like home and it feels like a warm hug.
Yeah.
And I think, as we progress, we just meet more and more people, and we have a lot of industries that are following us. And I really like seeing that, the rooted area that we have, that all the roots that are going out from all over the valley, and they come together, and it just feels good.
Yeah. Right on.
I think, the ma and pa shops and the support that this valley gives the ma and pa shops, and we call HopTown a ma and ma shop.
Okay.
And but it just, when we see people walk through our door and we get hugs and they're loyal and they support us, it just feels genuine. It feels real.
Yeah.
And so I guess I'd like to see that continue in the valley, whether you're at a mom and pa, at a winery, brewery, backyard party. This valley is very, very blessed with the people who live here.
Yeah.
And it feels real. It feels good. It feels right in the heart that
Yeah.
people are genuine in this valley.
Right on. I was going to say, long live the ma and pa and the ma and ma shops in this valley.
Yes.
Right on. Okay. Let's see. All right, I'm going to ask each of you this. You're going to have to be really biased in this, okay? I want to know, Lori, your favorite menu item at HopTown. You got to pick one.
One.
Yeah.
Can I pick two?
Yes, of course you can pick two.
Well, I'm going to pick the two pizzas that are named after my mom and dad.
Okay.
The traditional margarita pizza that
Yep.
was created hundreds of years ago. Carrie and I chose to call that pizza the Emma Garita,
Okay.
and after my mom and
right.
my daughter and my granddaughter. And we have HopTown Emma, who's part of that story. And the Hop Daddy, which is our number one pizza on the menu. We probably sell 3 times of that pizza. Is named after my dad. The workers that I grew up with on the farm called them Daddy Hops. So
wow. Okay.
we chose to name that one Hop Daddy. And I think everyone who walks in the door kind of looks for that pizza
Yeah.
along with the others. But that is definitely a favorite.
Right on. Right on. Carrie.
Well, my pickle pizza is the easy choice for me.
All right.
So, we're avid pickleball players.
Ah, okay.
So
Okay.
there is a tournament that happens every year in Yakima. So we've tried to create a particular pizza for that, for the folks that come out for the tournament.
Okay.
So it's called 002 Pickle Pizza.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it is a yummy, creamy dill sauce with pickles on it, a little bit of bacon crumbles, and it is just to die for.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
I can't wait every year for it to come back around.
I'm hungry already. Did you bring the little truck? We're gonna go make some pizza.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. The other thing, I'm okay. So you're pickleballers. I mean, This is side road. Okay, I'm trying to learn that game.
Yeah,
I'm trying to learn that game.
We're teaching as well, so you'll have to come for lessons.
So where are you teaching at?
At Lori's house.
Okay, then I'm going to need an invitation because I won't just crash your party. But
Okay.
I want to learn pickleball. My son's a pickleball player. Everybody's trying to teach me a pickleball, this or that. I can't seem to stay out of the kitchen. This is okay.
We'll help you do that,
All right,
Bill.
all right,
Yeah.
all right. I'm gonna hold you to it. We always ask this question of our guests, and it's our favorite. Heart of Washington, right? Central Washington. Not that we don't have, and we do have some issues with the west side of Washington sometimes, and the east side. But the heart is special to us. So we always ask, what is your favorite Heart of Washington staple? You can't say pizza. It can be a food. It can be an event. It can be a smell, a taste, something that reminds you of the heart of Washington that feels like home.
Well, that's an easy one for me.
All right.
It's the smell of the hops.
Right on.
And in fact, her son texted the other day and he says, there is rain on the horizon. I can smell the rain and it's mixing with the smell of the fresh cut hops. And he says, that is my all-time favorite. And I totally agree.
Right on.
Love the smell of the hops.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank
Lori?
you for taking mine, Carrie.
That's all right. You can have the same one too. Yeah.
Well, I agree 100%. The smell, the Mexican music, when I hear that, takes me right to my days of working in the fields.
Yeah.
And I love it. I guess because of our sunshine.
Okay.
Carrie and I both love the sun. As you can see, we don't wear sunscreen so much, but
Right.
the sunshine is very important to both of us.
Yeah.
And to the growth of the hops in the valley and all the agriculture that we have. So I would say those two things are my favorite.
Right on. And you would be surprised how many of our guests, it's a smell related to the harvest season, and hop is one of those smells. That's one that comes up. I think I see that so many times. I go, boy, it is a special place when that harvest time and that smell reminds you of home and the love of this place that we all share. So thanks for
Have you
sharing
ever been driving down the road, Bill, and been behind a semi truck with hop bales and
Yes.
with your windows down?
Yep, and you smell it, and it's like home.
And you want to
Yep,
follow it,
yep.
right?
It just happened to me the other day. So I'm coming through Ellensburg, and I smelled hay. And I used to actually when as a kid I'd go out and pick hay bales up. Right, I couldn't do it anymore, but there was a time when I could. And the smell of fresh cut hay is a reminder of home for sure. Yeah.
Yep,
so.
bucking hay. That's
Yep,
what we say.
that's
but
right.
Holland
Yeah.
hay is what we said.
Hauling hay, bucking hay. Yeah, I bucked a lot of hay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on a lot of hot summer days. That's the other thing for me is this. It's the summer season in Yakima, and the heat always reminds me of home, and it's just sort of a special feeling. No matter where I'm at in the world, if I get that same sense, I'm like, oh, that's home.
brings
That's
you
home.
back.
Yeah.
Love it.
In trying to do a little bit of research on HopTown Pizza, I see that one of the things you do, in addition to the brick and mortar and the restaurant, pizza in Donald, is you guys do a lot of events, a lot of places where people gather, and a lot of fun things. What do you got coming up on the horizon that we might be able to tell our viewers about?
Well, if you follow that little pizza cart down the road, you'll probably find us at a winery or brewery or a wedding, backyard party.
Okay.
And when we pull up, the fire has been lit and smoke is coming out of the pipe. But as far as our catered events, best thing to do is just follow our website or social media and see maybe which direction we're going. This, like I said, in September, we're at a lot of hop farms, meeting people all over the world.
Okay.
We do have a few parties in our hop yard there in Donald.
Okay.
Sunday, we just had XYZ and the Boomers, a music band that wow, had a packed house for that. That was a lot of fun. Other events to look for, Chef Night is always a fun one, where we advertise and our loyal customers or anyone in the valley can bring fresh ingredients from the valley and create a new HopTown pizza. And if it passes the judges' inspections and the ratings, then it will make it on our menu as one of the local specials. So you can keep your eye out for that.
I'm all in. I'm all in on
Bill?
that one. I'm already thinking of ideas. Yeah.
Okay. What ingredients would you put on a pizza, Bill?
What I would put on a pizza, okay, it's going to have some sort of meat. I don't know if I would go with it'd probably be lamb.
Lamb.
Okay, it's going to be lamb because I'm a massive lamb, a lover of good lamb.
All right.
Right. So it would be something in like a gyros, but it would be a pizza, right? And you give me a little bit of time, I could come up with a name that be totally dorky that you would never use, but yeah.
Like on the lamb.
It would be on the lamb,
or
going on
jam.
the lamb, lamb jamma, yeah, something, yeah, right, okay. So there's I'm gonna be tracking this because I'm already gonna be creating a pizza. It's gonna be the lamb delight or something. Yes. All right.
We love it.
What else, Carrie? Events coming up, things that we want to tell people about, because I actually want to go buy some merch. Do you guys sell HopTown pizza merch? HopTown.
We do sell
Okay.
merch.
All right.
Sometimes our supplies get a little low, so I think we're replenishing now.
Okay.
So we'll have.
Let me know
new
when
merch.
you got some, because
Yep.
I'm going to buy the merch. Then my plan is to follow the truck. I'll jump out with my merch. I'll act like I'm just hanging out with you, and I'll enjoy some good pizza at whatever event you're at, and nobody will call me a party crasher, right? So,
Well, we'll put you to work.
Put me to work. Okay, good.
Especially if you're in a HopTown shirt. Yeah.
How do we, what's your do you have your website? What is your website that we can direct people to?
Yeah, you can always find us at www.hoptownpizza.com.
All right.
And then you can look us up on Facebook or Instagram, HopTown Pizza.
Okay.
So we do put a lot of ongoing events on the social media.
All right.
You can also find us on Yelp, and you can find us on Google Maps.
All right.
And what am I missing? Google itself.
And if you don't know where Donald is, just Google Donald and HopTown, and you will come up for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right on. Okay.
Exit 44.
Here. All right.
Off of 82.
Right on. Yeah, I like the back road. I do the old highways, another route to get out there too, especially in the summertime, right? That's amazing little drive, that little treasure. Yeah.
Conowalk Pass is awfully pretty
There's
too.
another beautiful drive.
Yeah,
That's
coming
right.
from Moxie, coming
That's
over
right.
Conowalk, you
That's
see.
the next book, right? It's the famous drives of Yakima, of the Yakima Valley.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Okay.
So in the holidays are coming up, and in the holidays we like to offer our inside for reservations for holiday parties.
Okay.
So we can accommodate up to 50 people if we include our outside areas, which are the porch and the patio, which we do cover. We can go up to 100 people. So it's a great place to have holiday party for your business or your big family or small family.
All right. That's on the list. That's on the bucket list, holiday party at HopTown.
Right. There's a little fire going in the background. It's always just very nice and cozy.
I like it.
Yep.
Little fire kiss on each crust, and
Right on. Okay.
Talk about smells when you walk in, Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that fire is lit and 800 degrees, and Gabby or one of our cooks is cooking a pizza. That's a smell that you just don't forget.
No, I'm ready for lunch right now. So
Okay.
thank you for taking the time to share a little bit of your heart, a little bit of your passion for the Valley and for HopTown Pizza. We wish you all the best. Continue to create good pizza and good community, and we are so blessed to have you here in our town. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you, Bill. We really enjoyed it.
All right. We're going to see you on the pickleball court.
Okay.
All right.
Game
thank
on.
you.
Game.
Pickle on. That's
right.
Thank you.
Pickle. Look out.
Pickle.
Yeah. All right. If you're looking for some great pizza and some great camaraderie and some fun, visit them at the link that we'll post below. Also, if you're interested in what we're doing at Larson Griffey Pickett, how we're working together with our partners in this community, visit us at lgplawfirm.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Homegrown in the Heart.